Well, hello, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Joy and Intention, the podcast. Oh, I absolutely love this time of week. This is always the most exciting part of my week, recording the podcast and talking to you guys and connecting with you guys. I hope you've all had a lovely week, and I hope you're all well. Today we'll be talking all about gratitude, practicing gratitude. I think today will just be quite a light-hearted chat. It won't be anything too serious. I think I really like those podcast episodes where, it's not too heavy-handed. It's just really light-hearted. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy today's episode, you guys. And on a side note, how are you finding the new music? How are you finding the new intro? I love it. But yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So, today's episode will be all about gratitude. I don't know, I think when I was originally planning what this week's episode would be on, I didn't even initially plan for it to be on gratitude, but I think it was just something that was really speaking to me, like really resonated with me this week. So I thought, why not put it into the show this week? Because obviously this show's just me giving you guys the lessons that I've learned. So yeah, I think this week's episode will be based on two Instagram posts I came across this week, and I absolutely loved. And I don't know, I think what they had to say, they just really stuck with me. They really hit me. You know what I mean? So, we're basically gonna go through the posts together. I'm gonna link them down below in the show notes, and yeah, I think we're just gonna have a bit of a chat about them, and yeah, just reflect on them together, because I think I love to learn from loads of different people and loads of different resources online. And I feel like, we always have something to learn. There's always a way we can be learning, always, constantly, no matter how good you are at something. I do believe there's always a way you could be learning. So yeah, um, I love implementing other people's advice and resources and their takes on things into these episodes. So yeah, there's this Instagram account called. By the way, don't mind me if I keep looking to my laptop over here because it has all my notes on, and I always plan my episodes before I start them. But yeah, it's this account. I think she's called It's Mind of Eva, and she does like loads of like wellness and lifestyle posts. Really cute, really really cute. And so yeah, she does a post on how to practice daily gratitude, and I just really love this post. So yeah, I wanted to go through it, and there's another one, but we'll go through that later together. But yeah, she basically says, what is gratitude? Gratitude is the act of recognizing and appreciating the good things in your life, both big and small. It's a mindful acknowledgement of what brings you joy, comfort, or value, whether it's a person, experience, or simple moment. Practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have, fostering a sense of contentment and fulfillment. It can be as simple as feeling thankful for a sunny day or a supportive friend. I really love that, because I just want to highlight on what she said, where she said, practicing gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. I remember I was listening to a Better You podcast by Fernanda Ramirez earlier on today, and she said, there's a quote that says, what you focus on, I think something about what you focus on grows. And so what you focus on, it does expand, it does flourish, it does increase. So I think, because most of us, we do know, I think there was a study that said that, most of our thoughts in the human mind, the majority of them are going to be negative thoughts. The negative thoughts are going to be a lot more numerous than the positive thoughts. But now that we're conscious of that, we can flip them, you know what I mean? And I feel like I think it's so easy to always take, or predominantly take, negative takes on loads of different situations. But I think once you start to flip your mindset to one of gratitude when you can, I don't know, I just really think it shifts your perspective and it really does impact your mood. So like, okay, I'll be coming home from college and right, for my college, everyone knows getting the bus, it's yeah, it's like a war zone. Like it's packed. It's like everyone's up against each other. Oh, it's not for the weak. But I don't know. I feel like now, I mean, at first I used to complain like, oh my gosh, this bus is always so packed. I always have to walk to the further stops to just get there on time and stuff. But then now, I don't know. I've just been seeing it from a whole different angle. I don't know if that's just because I've been in like, I'm now in the year. I'm in second year, so it's like a lot more academically intense, and I'm just really happy to get home. I don't know, but I've just been really so grateful to even be on the bus, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just so thankful that I'm on the bus right now. I'm just so thankful that I'm even on the bus and I'm going home right now. And then sometimes it'll be crowded and packed on the bus, but it'll be sunny. And I'm like, you know what? I'm really grateful that it's sunny. I'm really grateful that the sun's looking nice today. Especially because most of us living in the UK know the sun isn't always out that much. I mean, the weather is quite bipolar over here. So I honestly get really grateful for sun. So I have to walk back from the bus stop to my house for quite a bit, like 15, 20 minutes. And I don't know, I think I really used to just be like, oh my gosh, I have to walk. Ugh. And I just used to complain about it. And I just used to let my mindset lead me to a mood that I didn't want to be in. Or I just let it to absolutely decrease my mood to a place that I should not really be in. But as of recently, I decided, wait, what if I shift that perspective? What if I shift that mindset, you know? I've been thinking, you know what? I've been blessed with two legs, two strong, healthy, good working legs to walk back home without any faults. I can get my steps in. Realistically, I'm helping my health whether I realize it or not. And you know, especially because I'm always saying to myself like, oh, I wish I lived somewhere where there was a lot of nature around, because my dream, I love a lot, right, I love the city, I love being a city girl, but sometimes it does tend to overstimulate me just a bit. Like, I don't know, I think like all the cars and the buildings, I don't know, sometimes it just really starts to overstimulate me just a little bit. So but I absolutely love like the beach, and I love forests and stuff, and like, I don't know, I just really love nature walks in the countryside and fields, especially when you've got like sunsets and then you can just have bicycle rides through. I think it's so cute. But you know, I just often wish for that I could live a life like that. And I do have friends that you live on a literal island and they get to have a life like that. And you know, and I think I'd always be like, yeah, I wish I could, you know, just get out and have a walk whenever I want to. I wish I could just be able to spend more time in nature, or just get some fresh air, or explore the scenes around. But realistically, that's what I'm doing after school when I come back every single day. But I just never realized it. And I feel like I never realized that because my mindset was not in the right place. My mindset was shifting towards the wrong things, and it was focused on the wrong things. I was focusing on what I don't like about this walking, and I don't what I don't why how I don't want to do this, and why it's so annoying and so inconvenient to me, and how in that time I could have been walking home, I could have been home, and I could have been doing much better things, you know. I just had this really pessimistic thought cycle. But I think once I shifted that cycle in my mind to something a bit more optimistic, I think I started to see it from more of a different side as well, because obviously there's always two sides to everything, and I feel like once I started to see it like that through gratitude, I don't know, it just really started to impact my life. So even now, So things aren't always going to be convenient. Life's not always going to be convenient, and life isn't always going to go the way we want it to go, or the way we anticipate it to go, or the way we expect it to go. But that is life, and I feel like a part of managing to survive through life is learning that it's not always going to go your way, and it's not going to always happen the way you expected it to or you would have liked it to. But it's all about perspective. Now, how are you going to react to that? How are you going to change the situation that's already happened? You can't. So it now lies with you. It now lies, the choice lies with you and how you allow yourself to shape your own perspective, because perspective does have power and it does have impact, and it is important whether we realize it or not. So yeah, I think that's just really like what I had to say on that first slide. But yeah, honestly, the story I used about walking, it can be anything in your life. It can apply to anything else in your life. It can it can even be big, it can be small, it can be literally anything. But maybe that thing that came to your mind as I was talking about it, you never know, it could be that. So yeah, I don't know, that could be something that works. And then she goes on to say why you should practice it. She says, gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can develop. It helps shift your focus from what's missing in your life to what's already present. By acknowledging the small and big things you're grateful for, you cultivate a more positive outlook and increase your overall sense of well being. Gratitude rewires your brain to appreciate the good, which can reduce stress, improve relationships, and boost happiness. Yeah, I feel like I don't really have much to say on that slide because she's pretty much said all of it anyway. You know, it's very simple, but it's very powerful. And I think I just want to touch on that by saying, especially if you're trying to go on like a wellness journey or a healing journey or a self-love journey, or maybe you're going on a Christian journey trying to develop your faith, understand, or maybe you're even trying to achieve a goal and develop a goal in your own life, understand that it's not always got to be the big things that will help you go from one step to another, or that will help you reach the goals that you want to. Sometimes it's small things and it's small steps and it's consistency. you know Sometimes you don't need to take it all at once. Sometimes you don't need to take 5 steps all at once or put so much pressure on yourself and overwhelm yourself. You don't, there's no need to. But see, like the way she says, gratitude is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can develop. It's most likely overlooked by most of us. I can't lie, even I overlook it quite a few times in my own life. I used to overlook it so much, and I'd be like, okay, like, what's the actual point? People would tell me, just practice a bit more gratitude in your life, and I'd be like, okay, yeah, right. Like, what's that actually gonna do? And I'd sit there, I'd do it for like a day or two, maybe even a week, and then I'd just be like, okay, I don't really know what it's doing for me, so I think I'm just gonna give up. But then there's also this quote out there. I think it says, you know, you it basically goes along the lines of, your mind is where you live in 24/7, and your mind, you're going to be living in it from the day you're born to the day you die. So you might as well make it a kinder place to live in and a nicer space to live in. And also, it's also, when you think about the cycle, your thoughts, they affect your feelings, and your feelings affect your actions, and then your actions affect your relationships, your perspective towards the world, your perception towards the world. It all has an effect. And I feel like once we start to realize that effect and that cycle, I think that's really powerful, because that's when we start to actually become a lot more self-aware about how we're affecting ourselves and how we're affecting our own lives. Because your thoughts do have power, your thoughts do matter, and your thoughts do have influence over yourself and your life, whether you realize it or not. So, yeah, I think realizing that it doesn't always have to be in the big things. It doesn't have to be in the momentous things. It doesn't have to be. It can sometimes be in the tiny things that can really make a big impact, that can make a really positive impact. So yeah, um, that's also. Can I just go off topic again real quick on the topic of small things? Right. You know, this is really off topic. I don't think this is even really I mean, this can be related to the gift sorry, to the topic of gratitude, but just stick with me, right? So I don't even know how I'm gonna say this, but let me just start, and maybe I'll just find my way. But you may be someone who's overlooked by a lot of people. You may be someone who's overlooked by society or your workplace or whatever setting you may be even thinking of right now that you may be overlooked in. You may be overlooked in any type of setting. And of course, you may not even be happy with that. But just know, as gratitude can be overlooked, but it's still somewhat important. Just because you're overlooked and you're misunderstood and you may feel that way does not mean you are unimportant, and does not mean that you are insignificant. You are worth so much, and you are of so much value. And God loves you so much. He says that you are His, and you are of so much value and so much importance to Him. So don't let external factors and other people and how people treat you and how much ranking and status you can gain define how much you're worth, or how much you deserve to be recognized, or how much value you attain. Because you are worth so much, and you are of so much value. Even if no one's told you that, just because no one's told you that doesn't mean that it's not true, because it is. And you're worth so much, and people out there do care for you, and I care for you. Even though we may not know each other personally, I still really care for you, and I'm forever grateful that this podcast has helped us develop this really cute community where we can all get to know each other and really just support each other and uplift each other. So yeah, I just really wanted that to be a side note, just a really quick reminder in case you didn't didn't know that, or in case that wasn't a reminder that you needed to have. So yeah, let's move on to slide 3. So slide 3, she talks about morning practice, and she says the best way to incorporate gratitude into your routine is to begin your day with it. Before diving into your tasks, take a few moments to reflect on what you're thankful for. Whether it's a peaceful morning, your health, or even a small achievement from the day before, starting with a positive mindset sets the tone for a more mindful and fulfilling day. I love that. That is so key, and that is so true. I feel like because how you start your day, it does matter. I think I've been trying to get out of the routine of starting my day on my phone, or starting my day and thinking negative thoughts immediately, or like I'll think, oh my gosh, I have all 3 classes today. Ew, today's going to be a terrible day. Today's going to be a horrible day. Oh my gosh, I'm dreading today. And and maybe I'll meet up with my friends, and then I'll be like, oh, I've got 3 classes today. I feel like it's just even like these small comments that we make, or even these small thoughts that we have, they do have impact, because you're already wiring how your day is going to be. Your brain's already wired how this day is going to go, and you're already putting those intentions into the day, and you've basically set the intention for your day in a way that you do not want to experience your day. And of course, we do not support toxic positivity over here, like, because obviously we're going to have negative thoughts. That's normal, and you don't have to completely be like, okay, I'm gonna go on a mental diet. I'm not gonna think anything else. If there's a negative thought, I absolutely hate it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna happen. That's the reality of it. They're gonna happen, and that's part of being human. Part of being human is that you're gonna go through many emotions throughout life. That's why those emotions are there. You're gonna feel down, you're gonna feel up, you're gonna feel all kinds. And feeling emotions is healthy, but I think it gets to a point where are you going to allow yourself to internalize it and make it into something that it was never meant to be? Or are you just going to let it just pass over like it's a rain cloud, and just let it be what it is? You're not feeling too great today. Okay, that's fine. Just let it come and go. Don't hold on to it. You don't need to internalize it and let it flourish into something that it's never meant to be, you know? So yeah, I think I've just forgotten kind of what I was talking about. But but yeah, I think, yeah, don't allow yourself to over, if you're feeling down, especially because, so like, for me, I'm someone who has struggled with mental health quite a lot in the past, and I've come out of that by the grace of Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. But I've come out of that, and then maybe I'd not really have a really great day, and then I'd internalize it, and I'd basically allow it to dictate how my mood is now going to change, and how it's going to be affected, and how my day is going to go, because I'm now thinking, oh my gosh, I've like gone like 100 steps forward, and then I've gone like 99 steps backwards, but then I have to remind myself, girl, it's just a bad day. It's not a bad life. Even a bad day is just 24 hours. And when you put that into the lifespan of your whole life, it's not. And so sometimes, I can't lie, I've really been getting harsh with myself. Not in the sense that I'm really being mean to myself and unkind to myself, but in the sense that I'm having to tell myself, girl, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. I kind of have to give myself a bit of a reality check, because I didn't even know it, but I used to really be subscribed to the victim mentality mindset. Like, and the thing is, that's the thing with the mindset. You won't actually know that that's the mindset that you have, but that was the mindset that I had, and I was subscribed to it, and I was thriving off it, and not in the good way. I was using it to absolutely justify every single thing that happened to me, and I would basically place the blame on everything and everyone else but me. And I'd be like, okay, well, you don't know what I'm going through, and you don't know what's happening to me, and oh my gosh, like, this is just, and I just really had to come and just be like, whoa, get a grip, girl, just get a grip, because realistically, everyone is going through something, and everyone has been through something, and everyone has got a story behind them. And I feel like sometimes I don't know, I think there was a point where I just really came to a realization at some point in my life that, everyone does have a story, and there are people who will go through things that are absolutely unimaginable, but you will never know until they tell you their story. you know I don't know, it just makes me feel a lot more comforted, because it makes you realize that that is what being human is about. We're not going to have perfect lives, we're not going to have perfect stories, we're going to go through things, and things aren't always going to go to plan, but regardless, we pick ourselves up. Sometimes we're not strong enough to pick ourselves up, so we pick other people up, we build each other up, and we support each other. I feel like that's such a beautiful part of life, and you know humanhood, if that's even a word. you know and I think that's where the problem lies with so many of us who don't like each other or don't really understand each other. We've not had the opportunity to get to know each other on that level, or to really understand each other, or understand where we come from, or what our stories are. And I feel like once you understand someone's story and where they're coming from, that is so powerful. It honestly changes everything. Like, it is powerful, I'm telling you right now. um yeah, I don't know, I think I just realized that at some point, and I was like, wow, that is powerful when you think about it. So yeah, and trust me, you're not going to be the only one going through what you're going through. So don't let those little thoughts that are lying to you in your mind feed you with all these lies, and tell you that you're the only one going through this, and that you're always going to be the only one going through this, and that to tell you all these little affirmations that you should not be repeating in your mind to yourself. You know, because remember that not all of your thoughts are fact, and not all of your thoughts are the truth. Sometimes they're just thoughts. Okay? Sometimes they're not always going to be true. They're not always true, and they're not always fact. So just because it's in your mind, and it's because it's in your head, how does that grant it validity, and how does it make it true? It doesn't. You know what I mean? So I think that's something that we really need to remember, and we really need to really allow to resonate, and really need to constantly bring ourselves aware of. Well, hello, you guys. How are we? I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I just wanted to give you guys a really quick reminder of ways that you can help to support the show and get it out there to so many other people about the candid wellness conversations we have here surrounding lifestyle and personal growth. You can either give the show a quick subscribe, rate, and review from whatever platform you're listening on and share with a friend. And if you do want to give to the show financially to help keep it running, there will always be links in my show notes which you can click on, and it will take you to all of the links to all of the podcast social media so you can connect with me, and all of the links to support if you wish to. And thank you so much for all of your support, you guys. It's truly and greatly appreciated, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. So there are many ways that we can practice gratitude, and that we can, perhaps if you're someone that is more visual, or you like things written down a lot more, or you like to write, or you just like to note everything down and keep it all together and just really like to be intentional with it. A way that you can practice gratitude daily and really allow it to stick with you and resonate in your life is a gratitude journal. And it doesn't even have to be, like a physical journal. It can even be doing a video diary or something and just literally saying into your camera, you know things you're grateful for and things that you're happy about, or things that you're just really appreciating today. So she says that writing down what you're grateful for helps solidify the habit. Keep a journal where you jot down 3 things you're grateful for each day. This practice not only helps you focus on the positive, but also allows you to reflect on how far you've come. Over time, it builds a record of moments you can revisit to remind yourself of the good things in life. I recommend using the 5-minute journal by Intelligent Change. So yeah, I think I just want to add on to the part where she talks about, how it's important to remember how far you've come, because I think sometimes, as I did say in my last episode, that, when you do forget how far you've come, you forget how much progress you've actually made. And when you think that you're not making any progress, you're staying stagnant, that's when you start to think of what is the point, and then you start to give up. And that's not a point that we want to reach, or I want you guys to reach, or I want myself to reach. That's not a point any of us want to reach. So I feel like, because progress is progress, so just note it down, even if it's tiny, even if it's minor to you. You never know how, in the grand scheme of things, how impactful that will be. And as I said, it doesn't always have to be big things. The power isn't always in the big things. Sometimes it's even in the small things, in the consistencies. That's what it's in, and that's where it lies in. So don't underestimate the power of those. So yeah, that's a really good way to practice your gratitude and just to really stay intentional with it. And then she says on slide 5, practice during tough times. She says it's easy to feel grateful when life is going well, but practicing gratitude during tough times can be transformative. It's also when it counts the most. When faced with challenges, take a moment to reflect on the lessons they offer, or the support systems you have in place. This shift in perspective can help you find strength and maintain hope, even in adversity. It also helps shift your negative thoughts into a positive way of thinking. And especially when you're going through tough times, you're already not feeling the best. You're not feeling the greatest. You're not in the best mindset. You're not in the best mind space or the best mentality. So part of self-care, we obviously don't want to stay out of this ditch. We're not going to sit there and feel sorry for ourselves forever. Allow yourself to feel what you have to feel, but then at some point you're going to have to pick yourself up, and you're going to have to get up out of that ditch. So how can we look after ourselves during times like those? We can practice gratitude. We can be kind to ourselves mentally. We can be kind to ourselves through our thoughts, through our words, through the kind of people we allow to speak into our lives as well, because how people do speak into your lives is really impactful. If people are speaking words of your life that you do not want to be spoken of your life, you have to set those boundaries in place and say, you know what? I don't want you to be saying those things over my life and over me right now. I don't want you to be coming and saying these affirmations over my life. And then, because they do have power, words do have power, there's power in the words that are spoken. So we've got to be really conscious of what we're allowing other people to say over us and what we're allowing other people to speak over us. So yeah, be sure to practice it during tough times, especially because that's when you need it most, you know. That's like it's like even like when you're really sad, that's when you need the care the most. That's when you need reassurance the most. Give that to yourself. You don't always need someone else to give that to you. And the number one person I can give it to you, who do you think I'm going to say? It's Jesus. It's Jesus. It always has been and always will be. From the beginning of time to the very end of time. He is the only one that will give you true satisfaction and true care. Because he loves you guys so much. But yeah. On side 6, she says, evening practice. End your day with gratitude by reflecting on the good moments before going to sleep. This could be as simple as recalling something that made you smile or a person who helped you. A nightly gratitude practice encourages restful sleep by easing your mind and allowing you to close the day with a sense of peace and contentment. You could also choose to update your gratitude journal at the end of the day. I think this is so key because I think when I started to think of it less of, I only have to set that intention in the morning, but I started to also place that intention before I go to sleep. So now before I go to sleep, I'll spend some time in the Word if I can. Hopefully, if I'm still awake, because especially I know we be getting tired, but what can you still do to still make your nighttime impactful? Because especially I started reading the Bible because before I go to sleep, because before I go to sleep I still got to protect myself and I've still got to give myself as much of Jesus as I can, because the enemy, he's prowling all around and he'll get any excuse when you're vulnerable to try and take you down. But you've got to stay in a mentality that's healthy. You've got to stay always, how do I say it? You've got to. I don't know. It's like I feel like I'm trying to think of the adjective, but I can't. I can't think of it. But like there's gonna be a difference when you set the intention when you're going to sleep of you going to sleep with a negative mentality and just allowing everything that maybe you've had a bad day and now you just allow that to seep into your nighttime. Maybe that will affect your dreams. Maybe that will affect how you wake up in the morning. Maybe that will affect how your sleep goes. You never know. But if you sit there and you reflect what went wrong, what went right, maybe what could have gone better, how, or maybe not even that, because obviously we can't change everything, but maybe how did you react? Because how you react is very important, and it is very key. And how you react, it holds so much significance, more than we may even realize sometimes, because situations are always going to happen. That's part of life, but how you react can change the whole trajectory of a situation. you know it's like even the way, like, I think, like, right, babies, like, not like, no, we're not like talking like really like newborn babies, but like babies, if a baby is walking and they fall or they trip over, you start going, oh, are you okay? Now that's when the child starts registering in their mind, oh, I've just fallen over. Something bad's just happened to me. Oh my gosh, I think I should be feeling sad right now. Oh, should I understand the assignment? And then that's when they start crying. Or maybe something happens and then they start going, oh. That's when they start to get upset because now they've registered. Oh, okay. But if you now if a now in that same situation a child just simply falls over, they've been walking, now they're sat down on the floor, it's just a little whoop, a little accident. Now if you just went, oh, or like, like, I'm so bad at sound effects, guys, but if you just picked them up and just kept on going and you just kept cheering them on, they're gonna react differently and they're gonna respond differently. That's just an example. See, like, how you react to a situation can honestly have an impact and can honestly change the trajectory of that situation. So, yeah, how you react is very important. So, don't underestimate the power of how you end your evenings and how you start your mornings. The two work hand in hand together. That's why now, when I go to sleep, I try to spend as much time in the Word as I can. If that's maybe even just reading a scripture, one verse or just a couple of verses or just even praying or whatever, just doing something. I'm going to try and start implementing that a lot more into my daily routine. And then on slide 7, she says visual reminders. Incorporate visual cues to remind yourself to practice gratitude, whether it's sticky notes with reminders, a gratitude jar where you add notes daily, or a background on your phone that prompts reflection. These small reminders will help you build a consistent habit. I like to keep my gratitude journal on my bedside table so that every evening before sleep I'm reminded to reflect on my day. And yeah, I don't think I even need to add to that. She just basically said everything that she needed to say, and I think that pretty much speaks for itself. And then on slide 8, she says, appreciate the small things. Gratitude doesn't have to be, she's just reiterating what I've been saying. She says gratitude doesn't have to be reserved for big life-changing moments. Start noticing and appreciating the small things. Your morning coffee, a kind gesture from a stranger, or a cozy evening at home. These seemingly minor moments make up the fabric of our lives and contribute to everyday happiness. It's also a great way to romanticize your days. Need I say any more? Need I actually say any more? You guys, she's literally reiterating what I've just been saying about it doesn't always have to be in the big things. Sometimes it can even be in the small things. And I feel like because sometimes life can get repetitive and it can get cyclical. I think that's now when we have to start looking for the things that we can be grateful for in the mundane. Because in the mundane, especially your normal might be someone else's dream, Your regular might be someone else's vision. Your mundane might be someone else's vision for their future, you know what I mean? So there's always going to be a blessing in every situation, okay? So yeah, and she goes on to slide 9 to say how to be consistent. Gratitude is most impactful when practiced regularly. Make it a non-negotiable part of your daily routine and stack it with another habit so that you remember to do it. Using a journal like the 5-minute journal by Intelligent Change can also help you learn how to be consistent with it. Over time, you'll notice how this simple habit can lead to a more positive outlook, a deeper sense of contentment, and an overall happier life. And yeah, that's basically the whole post. And I don't know, it just really that post just really resonated with me, and I just thought, yeah, this would be the perfect thing to shape this episode around. So even there was another post I mentioned to you guys. Sorry, I just thought I kind of whack. No, sorry for those who are watching. I thought there was like something on the mic. I was like, wait, what a minute. But anyways, but yeah, there's also another post that I really liked from the Pilates class on Instagram. And they basically give a whole list of things to be grateful for. And guys, by the way, there's always something to be grateful for. There's always going to be an endless list of things to be grateful for. And if you can't find something, even one thing to be grateful for, even 3, then I think we need to start, counting our blessings, and we need to, actually realize how blessed we can actually be. But yeah, they did a post to the Pilates class, and they basically said things to be grateful for, and they just did a really cute list. So I'm gonna just read some of them out, and maybe they'll inspire you, or maybe they'll just make you think of some of the things that you're really grateful for. So yeah, let me just read them out. So they say the sunshine on your skin, your mistakes that help you learn, your health, the ability to experience emotions, establishing connections with new people, the wind brushing upon your face, your friends and family, the bed that is always available for you to rest on, the ability to laugh, the ability to smile, the time you have on this planet, the different smells of each season, moments of solitude, Tea is to express your deepest feelings, the ability to move your body in unique ways, the sounds of music, the shades of the sky at dusk or dawn, the first sip of your morning coffee or tea, interactions with strangers, the warm embraces you share with loved ones, yourself, and the simple fact you exist. Guys, I don't know. I don't even know if I need to actually add anything else to this episode. That has basically done all of it for me. Ah, you guys, honestly, gratitude will change your mindset, and it will change your life. It will change your perspective on life. It will change how you view the world. It will change your relationship towards everything, whether that's your work, your studies, your relationship with the Lord, your relationship with yourself, your relationship with the people. It's honestly so impactful, and it has such a wide impact, and it helps you navigate through difficult times, combat negativity, and it really helps you to cultivate consistency. And I feel like, especially once you're able to start developing a proper routine in your life, it in a way helps you develop consistency and discipline, because once you've started to actually say, no, I'm going to implement this thing into my life all of the time, every single day when I can, yeah, you're going to start to become a bit more disciplined, because now you've implemented a routine into your life that you will not let yourself abide away from. You know what I mean? So yeah. Oh, I love this episode so much. And yeah, so I just wanted to add a really quick little cheeky little definition from Google, and they basically say gratitude is the quality of being thankful, an appreciation for what one has, and a recognition of the positive aspects of life. It's both an emotional response and a conscious choice. That is so beautiful, you guys. So yeah, I just really hope that resonates with you guys today. And I just really want to thank you if you made it all the way to the end of today's episode. I really do hope this episode has impacted you. And I just really hope it's inspired you. I should be back next week. I'm so happy. I really am happy if you stayed all the way to the end. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for all of the support you guys always giving to the show. It means so much. So thank you so much. And I hope you have a blessed day, afternoon, evening, whatever. And yeah, how can you share what you've learned with someone else today? Or maybe tomorrow, or maybe next week. Maybe that will be through implementing it into your life. And then someone else will catch on to it and be like, oh, now why are they moving differently? I want to be moving like them. See? You know? So yeah. And thank you so much for all of your support, you guys. And be sure to follow the podcast Instagram to stay updated, because I post on there quite a lot. So you can stay updated with everything to do with the show and with me and connect with me. I love to hear from you guys. So really thank you for all of your support, you guys. I'm rambling on a bit now, but I'm gonna go now. So yeah, that's me done for this week, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Thank you so much. Bye.